On everyone, Rizzo and Jeff here. Just a little quickie. We're a little later than we usually are tonight, Jeff.
Yeah. It's getting near my bedtime.
It's getting near your bedtime, but I had to go see the doctor.
Right.
I went to an MRA.
Okay.
So I've gotten some tests done. Everything looks good. Papa's doing well, but I just wanted to uphold my promise. The one thing I'm nervous about. Have you ever gotten any of those tests? Those MRIs, MRAs, and scans, anything like that?
But when I was younger, I had to get it done. I had a seizure, too.
Okay.
So I had to, go through, right there in Philadelphia and go through the whole shebang. Yep.
Really?
I've shebanged.
You've shebanged.
Yes,
Well, see, it's so loud. They stick you know what I mean? They stick these things in your ears, and it's really freaky. But it was quick. It was 15 minutes. I think I'm going to be okay. But I know people were, I guess concerned about Papa.
Well, look, anytime that you're in some kind of hospital garb,
right.
For a pick.
Yeah.
That fires up a little concern.
It does. And so, I just wanted to, chat for a couple of minutes. I do know that today, hold on, I just want to make sure, because I don't want to mess up the day. Oh, never mind. I wanted to thank our friends at PCHO, and who knows, maybe a bunch of people watch, maybe no one will watch, but I will say this. I got Joanne messaging me regarding your gift to me yesterday. And you're doing a little spring cleaning, and
is she trying to take the gift?
She
wants the Golden Girls Special Collector's Edition covered in spunk.
She offered me 50 Fozzies for it.
Oh, come on!
I don't know if I can part with it for 50. I will say this though. I looked at the well, here's because it's sentimental to me. It's not about the money. It's about what it means to me.
It's front and back. The cover of it. It's front and back.
It's front and back. It's headshots. I mean, they even
chats
have
with Rue.
Chats. Speaking of chats with Rue, there was even an article I was reading it yesterday. Do you remember that movie that Estelle Getty did with Sly Stallone?
I do remember that movie. I can't. The name of it is escaping me, but I do remember it.
Estelle Getty. Hold on, it's in here because I was reading.
It was a real silly goose.
It was here. It is. Estelle starred in the 1992 flick "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot."
Yep.
With Sylvester Stallone, which bombed. With critics. She played Cher's mom. The year Cher was in Sophia. And I don't know if I could part with this for $50.
Wow, that's some deep stuff in there.
There's a lot. There's a lot. And I was looking at the progress that you're making. It looks great. I didn't realize I forgot how big the closet was, but I noticed that there were many wrestling figures.
Yeah,
wrestling figurines.
There is a gaggle of them. There's a whole bunch of them. They're in there. They're right, where I need them to be. So that if I want to go through them, maybe I sell those.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Would you sell those? Would you consider doing something like that?
I would think about it if the price was right.
So Joanne says, I'll give you 50 Fozzies for Tito. Would you do it?
For Tito Santana?
For Tito.
Yeah, she can have Tito for $50.
Okay, the whole collection.
They're all from the late 70s and early to mid 80s. So there's nothing past, I don't think, 85 with any of the wrestling figures. So
these are classics.
And they're not easy to come by. So they're pretty collectible. These are classics, yeah.
I wanted to talk about, and this is going to be an abridged show, but Papa's okay. Just had to go to the hospital, do some checky-doos. But I wanted to talk about, I wanted to get to this pet thing because you have a pet. But before we do, was it last Sunday when you caught the gunfire outside? What was it? What was happening?
I think it was last Sunday morning where I guess a car, I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
Yeah.
When a car just whipped around the corner and then asked the guy, I think we had the video, are you looking to die today?
Yep.
Do you want to go to jail today? And he had some kind of a weapon, but, you're in the midst of trying to shield Teddy, yet you want to get the video of this as it's happening. And I was able to do that.
BH and I got in a little bit of an argument because I sent you the video.
You did.
There was, as I came home today, there was a knife. Did it look like a bicycle chain? What was that to you? It was like a knife/chain fight?
It looked like I caught the knife a little bit into the video. I didn't initially see the knife at first. He looked like he had like a whip.
Dude, it was the bike guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because there's a machete. Hold on,
and I couldn't figure out what the brouhaha was about. It was.
I think it was drugs. I think he beat him for money here, but I'm trying to just look because there's a lot of course line, and then there was people in the middle of the street, and they would leave the street and then they would come back. But I'm telling you, Jeff.
Well, there was a car that was just traveling down the road that had nothing to do with the situation and got caught up in the middle of it.
Right,
and then the one guy was trying to hide behind it.
Right. And this is okay. So he drops the bike. Now he's got a chain with, I think it looks like a lock on the end of it.
Right.
And then this guy's got a machete. I have to tell you, things are getting worse.
That was like a hunting knife. It was a hefty knife.
It was like a big time. A lot of people are carrying knives. We see machetes, we see guns, we see all kinds of crazy shit here.
Well, I guess you could get away with carrying a knife, can't you?
Oh, I carry a knife for protection.
Right. Yeah.
But I call me crazy. I just think it's so. Anyway, I wanted to get the video. So, I'm in the car, I'm videoing. Right. BH is not happy about it.
So she wants
Baby Ham's not happy.
All right, so she wants away from the situation.
Of course, she's a tiny young woman. Of course, she doesn't want to be around such violence and craziness.
Right.
But
whereas
I think
but it's not that we want to be around it. It's just that we're amongst it, and we feel a responsibility to be, reporting on it.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's where the JNN part of me, and that's why I hope for our future. I pray. I was talking to some, we are, and I keep saying this, we're at the precipice of this thing, and I think at least, I hope that either this or something else works out. I'd like to work for ourselves so that the JNN can be a brand national.
Right.
It could be
Yeah, no, I get it. Look, and I think with us, it's just, we're not going to work. So there's people that have other things that they have to handle. So I'm sure that we are a part of the conversation. It's just a matter of when everything gets itself completed.
Do you believe inevitably that the situation that I am speaking about will work out?
I do.
Okay.
I think it will eventually work out. I'm sure there's moving parts and all kinds of different things. And, if unfortunately, people have to be let go. I don't know what it may be. I'm not sure. But I think inevitably when all the pieces of the puzzle come together, it'll work itself out. Just out of nowhere. It'll just be like a, Thursday night at like 11 p.m.
I will
be like, we got it.
I will say this because I can say this without saying who it is or the company or anything. This particular person, who's the head of programming, really loves. I use the word spunk one time. I say silly things.
Right? Yeah, you're a silly guy.
I'm a silly guy.
Yeah, you're known to be.
And so I said to him, hey, man, let's get this done, hardy-har, like we got the spunk, we got the juice, Rizzo and Jeff, we got the spunk.
That's a good one.
He has not. He can't let it go. I mean, I show you the conversation. You just read it before we went on the air.
There's no way that he's not using spunk in the workplace now, right? So I think he says it sometimes, and and they got to say, "Hey," because he enjoys the word "spunk." Quality word.
Spunk's a great word.
I think that he enjoys the word so much that I bet you that he uses it in his day to day and doesn't realize,
It might freak people out.
It could, screw with people.
I will say, and thank you guys for tuning in. What's up, Christina and John and Linda and everybody? Make sure you're sharing the video. We appreciate it. Also, there's some links up on the screen. Our friends at PCHO sponsoring this video. We're doing shows Monday through Thursday now so we could have a long weekend. But make sure you help them out. Yesterday was World Homelessness Day, so great organization. Keep people off the streets. We'll play some of what Nick has to say, but every time now, and this is where I feel obligated. I feel obligated that unless I incorporate the word spunk, and I think he thinks spunk to be, spunk.
Right. Well, look.
Man spunk.
Right. I understand.
Okay,
I've worked
okay.
at a porn store. I
Okay.
know what it's all about.
Okay.
I've used the word many times.
Okay.
I've written it.
Many times?
And typed it several times. I think that you feel that if you don't use the word spunk at any point in the conversation, the conversation will fall flat now.
I feel like, and this sounds crazy, if I were to stop using spunk, I don't know we get this opportunity to then build ourselves to where we want. I think I have to now continue the spunking, right? I have to continue, and I don't always want to talk about spunk.
So it's come to the point in our lives now where...
I'm going to pull up Messenger to see how many times you use spunk. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
It's come to the point now in our lives where spunk is the thing that could possibly get us a job.
Spunk will get us a job, or it won't. Like if I give up, and yes, it is spunk chat. I mean, and if you're an anti-spunkite, I'm sorry.
It's deep spunk chat.
So this, see, I'm in the Rizzo and Jeff chat. Yeah. This is the problem. See, basically I'm looking on Facebook to see how many times he used the word spunk. Because if you're
just ballpark it. Ballpark it in the last 2 weeks. How many times have you spunked?
How many times have I spunked or he spunked?
Combined.
I don't.
And
Baby Hands is in there. Who spunks? Okay, so here's what happens. I'll check in. I'll say, hey Pete,
right.
How are things with the situation? Are we getting close? And he'll be like, I'll spunk you soon, or so he'll spunk it.
Okay.
All right, and then
he really enjoys it.
He'll expect the spunk back.
Okay.
Right, so like I said, Hardy Har, when we get hired, I want you to write our bio, and he goes, you bet your ass I will. Put some spunk into it. You know what I mean? He's really getting.
So every time you have to involve spunk in every conversation. Is it every conversation?
I kid you not, and I think Baby Hands is eating some McNuggets and a hamburger, but I think she can attest that it's almost every conversation. Now I'm on my private Facebook. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull up the spunk, and I'm going to show you. You're going to see that he's going to say spunk, spunk, spunk. Like he's a spunk guy, and it was all because. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. No. I love a spunk guy.
Yeah.
See, I had to put spunk here.
Right. I see that. You fit it in, and you capitalize. Does it automatically capitalize for you now, or do you capitalize?
Well, for me, spunk automatically comes capitalized.
Okay.
Now, see, again, I'll send pictures of spunk. Do you see? So he goes, I'm going to spunk you.
Right.
I'm going to send you pictures of spunk.
Right. And then you have to come back with some kind of spunk response.
Right. Yeah. So LOL covered in spunk, hardy har, right? So I have to. Do you see what I'm saying? So
it's hard to keep up.
It's 3 spunks.
See, now you get the job.
Working on this.
And you're just going to have to be. It's going to be constant spunk talk. Like how long before the spunk chat fades?
We can't if he signs the paychecks, right?
God damn it!
I mean, if he's the guy, if he's like,
I have to spunk with this guy?
You absolutely do, because I've made him think that you're in on this joke. Because again, I talk to him because I talk to you about what I tell him. It's just I'll send him something and say, Jeff, this is what we're talking about.
Right.
So he thinks the messages are coming from you and I. So you are.
So I'm knee deep in spunk.
You're knee deep in spunk.
Oh boy.
You have just as much to do with spunk as all of us, and you're gonna have to. Can you get on it? Like, can you go in? Because you can't fake it. Because he's gonna know if you're annoyed with the spunk shit.
You know, see what I mean? It's something that I'm willing to try. I'll try to spunk. But at some point, you know me. Like if I'm over it, I'm over. I'm moving on.
I guess my thought is if there is something that your boss clings to. I mean, have you ever worked, whether it was with me or with in your past, on your other show, was there any word or phrase or something like that people hung on to, like, you know what I mean? Like that just they beat the shit out of it. They beat it into the ground.
I'd have to really think about it. But the spunk one here is one that's a big one. I'm sure that there was something back in the day, somehow, some way, with the gaggle of the crew that I hung out with. There had to be something. Right.
Right. I guess it's just I'm nervous because this is the first time I'm telling you. I mean, I tell you the conversations, we discuss things about where things are at. It's not like that, but I have hid from you.
Yeah. I didn't know how
business,
deep. I didn't know how deep it was in the spunk.
I hid from you.
Yeah.
Our business discussion that there is an element of legitimate spunk, which I guess from a porn perspective is
semen.
Semen. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've used spunk now.
Right.
This is a part of the. You're gonna have to just walk in day one like you've been talking about spunk for like 4 months.
What do I say? Hey, Spunky.
Well, you know what?
Do I get him a spunk shirt?
You know what? Yes, a spunk shirt. Maybe you could say we're the 3 Spunketeers. Right? Oh, give them a little joke about that Kanye song.
Then we're really wrapped in.
If you don't think he's wrapped in, he's talking about it.
You could have ended this a long time ago, but you chose not to.
Do you want to know why I didn't? Because my fear is if I end spunk, he doesn't think we have a sense of humor. Then he goes, you know what? I don't know if I want to invest in 2 guys who aren't
game with, my lingo.
Right? I mean, he really seemed. I didn't even use the word spunk as in like semen. I was like, we got a lot of spunk and pizzazz.
So it's the thing that is bringing us all together. Spunk.
There is not a question about it,
okay.
Jeff. It's what's bringing us together.
All right.
And as this kind of comes to a close, you need to start trying to incorporate a few times a day using that word.
The next time, the next time we all chat, okay? The next time we all chat, we all come together.
Okay.
I will be locked and loaded with a lot of spunk, and I'll be ready to give it to him.
There you go. So I got a lot of spunk. I'm ready to give it to you. Pretty excited.
Right.
All right, so listen, short, quick version show today. I have a quick audio thing I wanted to play, and then, I do want to say this. Thank you to our friends at PCHO. They're sponsoring this, and at the Upstate Pro Wrestling, our friend INF, he made this wrestling promo that you're going to hear in a couple minutes. But Jeff, BRAWL at the Mall 5, 50-50 for our good friends at PCHO.
Yeah, Saturday, doing it, Grease Ridge Mall. It's going to be right there, right by the Macy's, right in the court, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Awesome setup they're going to have there. And, yes, so a portion of the 50-50 raffle is going to go to our friends at PCHO. And every one of these shows is a sellout.
Yes.
So, so if everybody comes and everybody just participates a little bit, in that, it'll be a pretty awesome thing for PCHO, a nice donation.
So, yeah, and obviously there's something on the screen, but a little quick word from our friend Nick.
This is Nick, co-founder of PCHO. Do you want to give back? Do you want to change people's lives? Do you want to make it possible for a homeless person in your community to have housing? Go to PCHO.org, check us out, join our cause, donate, and help out the homeless in your community. Now enjoy the Rizzo and Jeff Show, brought to you by PCHO, online at PCHO.org.
And I think we will end with our friend INF, but, did we pay a pet fee when we stayed at this palatial estate that we're in here?
Yes, I did. Yes,
you did?
I did, yeah.
Okay, do you remember how much it was?
I think it was like $300.
Was it really?
$350.
Are you going to get it back, though? Or is that like pay the pet
that's
fee
a
no matter
deal.
what?
Yeah, one-shot deal, it goes.
Okay.
Which is fine. I'd pay that for Teddy.
I know you would, but I think a pet fee is bullshit in general. I think pet fees are stupid. Teddy does no more damage. You and me do more damage to this house than Teddy does.
Well, what is the...
What's up, Dane? What's going on?
Yeah, what's the pet fee really going to do? What's $250, $300 going to do? Like, not everybody... I think there's only one other pet on our floor.
There is.
On the hallway, just one. And, just a couple upstairs. So what is the pet fee really going to do for them?
Well, see, and it's not like there's carpet to clean, right? We don't have carpet.
Right.
Okay. And I think people are getting a little carried away with the pet fee because, and this lady, she made national news. Is being charged a $250 pet fee for having a fucking fish. Okay? Here's the thing. You got a cat, you got a dog. You got a fish, fuck it. If the dog weighs more than 30 pounds, you pay the fee. Teddy's like 8 pounds.
See, but look, it's still a pet at the end of the day, isn't it? So if like the rule is pets, I don't think they identify what pets and what the hell. What is with people and goldfish anyway? Who gives a crap?
Okay, first off,
What do you want with
I will
goldfish?
defend the goldfish.
Paying the clean.
Ray, don't worry about it. You're a great guy, and we love you. But $50 on the Powerball. Can I just tell you something? Why play? The lottery is a sucker's game. Do you ever play the lottery?
I'll
do a scratch off,
right?
but
Once in a blue moon, I'm sure I hit a Powerball thing or whatever,
But here's the thing: the odds. It's like $2 billion now, isn't it?
Yeah, like 1.7, 3 billion or whatever it was today.
Okay. So after all the ticket sales have been done, it's going to be over $2 billion. No one's going to hit it. And if you do, it's going to be one person in Mesa, Arizona.
Right.
I think it's a total sucker's bet. So for people, you're going to spend 50 Fozzies on this. When you could go down to Lyle, you get 2 handies and go get yourself a can of Coke.
Well, the one guy that had won the big one, a couple of years ago, there were stories that he was just going crazy buying like all kinds of properties. Like, he's got...
Who, the guy who won the Powerball?
Yeah, he's got like 3, and he's like pissing his money away on all, kind of real estate and stuff like that.
Do you think that if you did win that kind of money... Oh, Ray's married. Okay, so look, maybe the lady said so. It's a 1 in 290. I think it's more than that. But I just feel like if you win that... Do you know what would you do if you won that money?
Not work.
You wouldn't work?
No. For what? The hell am I going to work
okay,
for?
so here's the thing. I would make an offer and buy like a radio company, and I would just because you would be so fucking... No, we don't want to do business. We would just pay people to
and lose money.
Why would we lose money?
Radio companies aren't making any money these days.
But the point is, we don't need the money. I'm just saying, I want to buy
it would have to be down in like Florida or something. Like in a small community on like the Space Coast or something of that nature.
So like
Melbourne, Florida. Yeah, like we'll go to Melbourne and we'll buy like a cluster, and then you can
perfect example.
You can screw around and run them into the ground.
But I don't even. But see, that's the thing. We could just do our show, and because that would give me so much joy. Because you can't tell me that if you won the lottery, and I don't care what anyone says, if you say that you could just never work again, you're a fucking liar. There is nobody.
You make yourself busy by doing things. You got the money to do whatever you want. You can stay busy.
Daddy Jeff legit said, "I'll buy Rizzo and Jeff a station." That's what he said to you today. Well, listen, I would love that. Just please don't make it in Rochester. That's the only request I have.
Is that what he said, Daddy Jeff?
Apparently, Daddy Jeff said he wants to buy us a radio station.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Daddy Jeff. It's your play. Here's the thing. I understand it, and I get it. But for people who say they would never work again, you're lying. Now, you might find maybe your passion is painting, but you would still find something.
Well, I think you would find things to do. Even Ray, I'd always work.
Just not for the man.
All right, so you go and buy. What's a lot of people franchise because they kind of just really help you out, like 7-Elevens, Dunkin' Donuts, not a lot of overhead.
Okay, but see, that's a lot. Now, you're talking a lot of work. Do you know how much overhead to 7-Eleven inventory, all that shit is if you win the lottery?
Yeah, I know, but I think, to get in, to start a 7-Eleven,
it's like 10
grand, that's it. Chick-fil-A's are actually pretty cheap to get rolling.
Yeah.
They used to be, so.
I would go, it's funny, there's a station in our hometown. It would be the equivalent, I don't even think there is an equivalent here. Maybe CMF in its heyday. There's a station that I would buy from our good friend Joe, and I would just go to work every day because you even say it. You love it. It's your passion. This is your passion. I mean, so you would give up your passion for $2 billion?
I could get passionate about a lot of other things with that much money. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. See? Okay. All right.
I'll find passion.
Call me crazy. I just would get myself a nice little brownstone in Manhattan, and I would do my show every day.
You could build out a badass studio. You could have your own network. You could do all the things that way, where you don't have to walk into a friggin' building and deal with anybody.
You know what? There is something that, well, if I build a badass studio, I would have to, but there is something about, I believe the Rizzo and Jeff radio network where we controlled everything. Like our news updates, I would want you to do them, but like serious, but about bullshit.
Right.
Like, and I would want to talk about Rosie's box and Spunk and all kinds of crazy shit.
Better be careful with that.
Well, oh, that's right. Well, okay, we can't talk tit sweat. We can talk about our box, but we can't talk tit sweat. So, the people who are just tuning in, appreciate it. Real quick, I just wanted to say I am okay. Thank you for all the well wishes. Just, wanted to do a quick late show. I think that it's a different time, so whoever's on is on. I appreciate it. But, we were talking about this pet fee, $250 for a goldfish. Yeah, you in or out. You said it's a pet. You said it's a pet.
It's the rules. I mean, it's no pet. It doesn't matter. Nobody's identifying, whatever the pet may be. That's the rule.
How about this to get around it? You know how sometimes people identify as, man or woman when they're not, or sometimes people identify as an object? What if you yourself identified as a fish? And you said that, and then you said, this is not a pet. This is my wife. This is my husband.
Okay, now, does this woman just, live alone? Does she have family? Is she a loner? With a fish?
So this is a woman. She's in North Carolina. She's being charged $250 a month, a pet fee.
Per month?
Per month. Here's her. Her name's Elena Brown. This $250 a month for a fish. I would kill this goddamn fish. I'd eat it before I paid that.
So tell me why my apartment complex tried to charge me $250 for a fish as a pet fee. Mind y'all, let me show y'all the fish tank. 2.5 gallon fish tank. Am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping, sweetheart.
That's not a big fish tank.
What, 2.5 gallons?
2.5 gallons.
It's like a bowl.
Right, yeah.
Right, so $250. Now, okay.
Where would they see the fish? I guess maybe if they came in and wanted to because they're going to be coming in here tomorrow. Yeah, by the way.
Right.
So I wonder if they come in to check
the smoke
things.
detectors and stuff.
Yeah.
So they come in, they see a fish.
Who dimes you on a fish?
I don't. You know what? You're a real asshole if you do. You're
Dimes
a real
on
POS if you get dimed on a fish.
Well, the fish is gone. $250 per month.
Would you pay it once? Let me ask you this: would you pay it once? I know, of course. Okay. Would you pay $250 a month for Teddy, or would you move? It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
we're paying a lot of money.
It adds up. I would find somewhere to move where it's just a one-time fee. If they started doing crazy stuff like that, I'd be out of here.
So $250 a month, for any pet,
right?
Look,
right.
I'll say this: there are the people upstairs. They are incredibly obese.
Real blimps.
They are as fat as can be.
They are and they are. Whenever you see them, they're always high as a kite. Okay,
I know.
They
smell like weed and Doritos.
Weed and Cool Ranches, and they just walk down the street. They're both miserable.
Yep.
They never smile. They don't say hello.
Do they ignore you too?
They ignore me.
They do ignore it because I think they know I wrote that note. I wrote them a note and put it under their door.
Well, because they're absolute.
They're
humongous pigs that just gallop upstairs constantly. It's not like that. I don't think they can help it. They just gallop because they're gallopers.
Listen, there's a difference between being sturdy and being a galloper.
Right.
These two are just big fat gallopers.
Right.
I just, you know what? They have like a 6. Is it over your room too? Do you hear the dog crate thing?
Yep, I hear the dog just playing and running, and it's not like these are little pups. Like you can't hear Teddy unless he's yapping a little bit, but
not even.
But these dogs, they're as big as their parents.
And these are just large people. So for that, I think you should. I think for a fish, you suck. Now, because this is an abridged show, and yes, I am okay, I wanted to, again, Upstate Pro Wrestling's Brawl at the Mall, our friend INF, who I call Inf, made this promo. If you go, and there's only a few more tickets, guys, and last time we talked about this, it's sold out. 50-50 going to PCHO, Jeff.
Yeah. Portion of it, raffle going to be happening. Love how we're connected with Mikey Champion, Upstate Pro Wrestling. And they're going to do something good for the community, and we're going to get some money donated to our buddies at PCHO for sure.
So then I'm going to play this, and then this is how we're going to end it. You choose. Do you want your original comedy to be a tune, a song, or about Britney Spears? Just think about that.
Okay.
Song or Britney Spears, okay? All right.
For over 20 years, the revolutionary force of sports entertainment in Rochester, Upstate Pro Wrestling presents Brawl at the Mall 5. Friday the 13th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time at Greensbridge Mall Center Court. $20 limited tickets for seats on sale. Witness 100% grade A hand-to-hand and feet-to-body combat of some of the great and up-and-coming wrestlers in the Upstate area. Be there or be a shape with 490-degree angles and all equal sides. I should have said square. Get your tickets and more at upstateprowrestling.com or try your luck getting tickets when you get there. Friday, October 13th, 5 p.m. Greensbridge Mall, Center Court, Upstate Pro Wrestling. We are Upstate.
Friday.
UpstateProWrestling.com.
Friday. Seats are very close to selling out, and that is because, ladies and gentlemen, the power of Pan Chi, it is real. DePizas knows it. PCHO knows it. Champion knows it. The last time his show sold out was when Pan Chi were there, and that's why you got to work with us here. So I gave you couple options for some great ways to end this quick show today. Some original comedy. We can go Britney Spears, or we can do, original comedy, modern day Roman Empire with the baseball playoffs.
Big Phillies win tonight.
True.
That just happened. But why don't you give me a little Britney? Yeah, because I keep, I see all her videos, and stuff on Twitter. She's a little.
Well, Britney, I think she's back on the stuff.
Yeah.
She's
real good stuff.
The real good stuff. She's in trouble. And there was that whole Britney movement, by the way. Don't you feel stupid if you supported that? Oh, my God. Britney Spears, as you know, is in trouble for driving without a license. Well, it looks like we have some audio of Britney with the police. This is some official stuff. I found this. I scoured the web for it. I found it. This is some original comedy. Real good stuff here.
Yeah. Well, can't wait to laugh.
All right. Let's see how long it takes you to laugh. Britney Spears with the cops.
Britney Spears, you're in trouble for driving without a license.
How was I supposed to know?
Are you aware that last time you were fined for driving at an unsafe speed? And you were also driving without proof of insurance, so that's a second offense.
I think I did it again.
You know what that makes you? You do realize I'm gonna have to slap you with another ticket.
Baby, one more time.
I'm tempted to cuff you and throw you in the back of the squad car.
Now there was Britney Spears.
It was going good to the end. And then you got to the end. And the womanizer thing, it just, it didn't fit.
So you're saying the original comedy was original. You were enjoying the comedy?
Well, it was, No,
Did you laugh?
Inside.
You inside?
Inside. Okay.
But the womanizer wasn't doing it.
No, the womanizer, I think, ruined the whole thing at the end.
All right, so listen, just want to do a quick show. We're always here for you. Our final show of the week is tomorrow. Make sure upstateprowrestling.com, pcho.org, donate a few bucks. They're a really great charity. And we're going to be back to our regular time tomorrow. I don't think I'm dying.
Nope, you're alive with us for the time being, so
enjoy me.
Enjoy you. All right.
Enjoy me. Absolutely. All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, and I have a surprise. That's all I'm going to say.